Some stocks just don't know the meaning of the word quit. Look at Charles River Labs, the symbol there is CRL, the contract research organization that gives universities and biopharma companies the tools they need to discover new drugs and conduct clinical trials, right down to the lab rats. I've often described this company as an arms dealer to the pharmaceutical industry. So when the drug stocks went out of style last year, Charles River did too. By last November, the stock was trading in the 120s, but then the whole pharma complex came roaring back. By last night, Charles River was back up to 157. And then we came in this morning and the company reported a blowout quarter, a solid revenue beat with a huge earnings beat. Even better, management gave us a very bullish forecast for 2020, and that's why the stock caught fire, surging more than $15, nearly 10% today, to record high territory. I like to think of this as a belated birthday present, so can the thing keep climbing? Hey, let's check in with Jim Foster, the chairman and CEO of Charles River Labs, to learn more about this terrific quarter and his company's prospects. Mr. Foster, welcome back to Mad Money.
Always great to be here, Jim.
Jim, I got to tell you, you're one of the few people I know that has real demand. I mean, not manufactured demand, but real demand, to the point where you have to do a program called Cradle, where you're literally expanding around the country, areas like Cambridge, areas like South San Francisco. Why is it that you have so much business?
The drug companies are growing exponentially. Biotech companies are growing by the thousands. They have no internal capability. And the big pharmaceutical companies are dismantling their own internal capability. And so when we set up these cradles, which are these sort of incubator sites in Cambridge, Mass., and we just opened one in South San Francisco, we're close to a whole cadre of small growing biotech companies and a few large pharma companies who use our space to do their studies. Our people work on the studies with theirs, and it's a way for them to expand their capabilities and a way for biotech not to make that initial investment when they are just starting out and watching their cash.
I know that the transcript didn't go into this as much as I would have liked, but would you describe most of these companies as trying to oncological in nature?
I'd say the vast majority of the work being done now is in oncology, and there obviously have been enormous breakthroughs in oncology because of immunotherapy, and now with the advent of cell and gene therapy, there probably will be more, but there's a fair amount of work in CNS and cardiovascular work and inflammation, so it's across multiple therapeutic areas. The innovation that's coming out of biotech right now is really stunning, and they continue to be the discovery engines for the big pharmaceutical industry and making the world literally a healthier place for all of us.
I think there are a lot of people, because of the coronavirus, think, you know what, we've got all these great biotech companies, got these great drug companies. They can just turn their research on a dime and come up with something. That is clearly not the way the pharma industry works, correct?
I think biotech companies are smaller and more focused, typically working on a single indication, and so often with a smaller number of people, they can move more in a more agile fashion. A lot of the drug companies are much larger. They obviously have significant breakthroughs as well, but the combinations of the big drug companies often doing the funding and the biotech companies actually doing the basic research is working very well. So you're seeing a lot of collaborations. You're also seeing a lot of big drug companies not care where the drug is actually discovered or where it comes from, as long as somebody has a druggable target, and then the pharma company can buy the company or buy the drug or work with them to get it to market. So you're seeing enormous collaborations between pharma and biotech, academic centers as well, and companies like Charles River in the middle of it all, helping them refine their cost structures, speed up the process of getting drugs to market, and allowing them to do oftentimes more with less. And our goal is to take a year out of the drug discovery process, which is, that would be very powerful. We would be very proud of that. And in addition to working on 85% of the drugs last year, if we can get more drugs to market faster, that's extremely beneficial and saves the drug companies billions of dollars in time and money.
I want to, again, you put a number in that I think is kind of shocking. You're involved with 85%? I mean, that is as close to monopoly as you're going to get.
Well, you know, we're very proud of that number. We've worked really hard to get there. We built this big portfolio of products and services, so we're a more holistic solution for our clients. I would say it's our best recruiting tool. We have people that want to come and work across a whole portfolio of drugs for a lot of different companies. to work for a company that worked on almost all the drugs that were approved last year, I think really lights up our workforce. We recruit some people out of big pharma and biotech and academia who want to be close to that. You also have to think about the fact that we worked on a bunch of drugs that never got to market, and that's an equally important. It's an equally important activity that we're involved in by helping them kill the drug earlier in the process.
Okay, so Jim, can we talk about China for a sec? Sure. When I saw that you have China, you have this rather small microbial detection business. What I worry about is that when you mention China, it's really about making sure the operation works. Are the Chinese? I wish I were reading this that the Chinese have come to us and said, "Could you help us solve it?"
Yeah, well, I mean, our Chinese operations work really well. We have a research model business there and a microbial solutions business. And with regard to research models, we're really helping educate the whole Chinese market on the value of high-quality research models to develop their drugs. I think we can help elevate the whole craft there and help them move forward in a much more expeditious fashion. They've been using lower-quality research models. So it's going to be a very big drug discovery and development market, obviously for a very large population. And so we're looking forward to continuing to make a difference in China.
Excellent. All right. Well, that's Jim Forster, Chairman and CEO, Charles River Labs. Congratulations, sir, on just a remarkable quarter and a great run.
Thanks, Jim.
When you have 85% of a market, you're going to have good gross margins. You're going to make a lot of money for your shareholders. You do a lot of good. And that's Charles River Labs. I have liked this stock for more than 100 points. And I'm telling you, I'm sticking with it.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.